Hi guys, wait for a couple of you to get on here. If you're watching on YouTube, go ahead and like and subscribe. If you're on Facebook, like the video. Just seeing the top of my beer can is disgusting. I'm gonna wipe that down a little bit. Sorry guys, I was running late. I was about to be on time. And then I discovered I don't fucking have anything to roll my shit with. Sea darlings. What are we smoking, darlings? White runts. Yes. 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 Out of what? Hold on, guys. Sorry, darlings, I had to turn it down a little. It's pretty hot today. Alright. White runs. Oh, what are we smoking out of? I know I keep saying I'm gonna do something other than a Swisher. It's a Swisher, but I changed the flavor. I did the Tropical Fusion Swisher today. So we got White Runs, Tropical Fusion Swisher. Today's gonna be so good, guys. I didn't mean for the Britney one to go on for so long. I didn't realize to the extent of, like, you know, I knew it was serious, but not that serious. So this one's going to be not so long, under 30 minutes. Quick, simple. Well, not simple, hopefully, but some interesting stuff today. I learned some stuff today. Alright, guys, so topic of Subway's tuna. If you don't know, work in a theater. And you guys ever wonder if that's real butter? I'll tell you guys. Hope you're not disappointed. It's fried in coconut oil, not butter. And that topping you guys have on the sides out there, you push the little button and it drowns your popcorn in diabetes. Sorry, folks. It is actually butter flavored soybean oil. And you guys should see what that stuff looks like when it coagulates, because it's pretty disgusting. It's like gelatin. Head kind of hurts today, guys, so bear with me. Here's my ashtray. If you guys can't tell, I'm a little out of order today, and we'll just call it Mercury retrograde. I don't even know if it's a retrograde right now, but that's what we're gonna call it. So yeah, guys, the butter at the theater is not real. And do I have any other secrets about? Oh, I used to work at Taco Bell, and according to the package and the statement, the beef, I worked there, the beef comes in, what's up, Gina? What's up, Bubba? The meat comes in plastic little 5-pound plastic sleeves or whatever. And that's only 88% beef. And the filler for Taco Bell's meat? It's actually oatmeal. Yep. So I can start telling you guys too. The Subway thing today is about the tuna, but my comedian friend, Kathy Madigan, she's Irish, and Ireland did a report on their bread. and claims, well, I mean, there's science behind it, that Subway's bread is actually a confectionery. Meaning you've been eating donut sandwiches from Subway this entire fucking time. Pan dulce sandwiches more. They're not that sweet. Yeah, pan dulce sandwiches. It's pan dulce bread Subway's making. Apparently, the way to classify breads as a how would you call it? Like a dinner bread, I guess, from a confectionery bread is the amount of sugar, the amount of the sugar's weight to the amount of the weight they have of flour in that same set of dough. So there's only supposed to be 2% by weight compared to the flour of sugar to make it an actual bread. And Subway's, I believe it was at 10% or 15%. So there's a lot of freaking sugar. Even in that 9-grain whole wheat, it's just loaded with sugar. You're eating pan dulce. That was the first deception, and that one kind of went unnoticed over here in America. I only knew about it because Kathleen Madigan posted it. So, thank you, Kathleen. What are we drinking, guys? Bud Light, Michelada. Why? Because they got new cans, and I'm a sucker for a label. Sometimes. I get the extra lime one. Alright guys, I think I'm ready to get into this one. There's some stuff to get through, so yeah. Subway. Already in the shit with the bread. And now the tuna. What am I wearing? My Pennywise hats. People, when I wear this backwards, I always get compliments. Like people walk up, like, that's a dope ass hat, man. It's been looking at me, you know. It's just a hat, but okay, I guess it's cool. And genuine onyx ring to repel negativity. Why? It's all about the positivity. And this stone is assigned to Capricorn zodiac. So, there you have it. Before we get into, Steve, we gotta introduce our special guests. We have royalty in the house, guys. Ready? Sweet royalty. Queen Frostine, who hails from the land of candy. She is here. They should have put her wand. You see the wand back there? They should have put the wand in the other hand, I feel like. But Queen Frostine will be here residing over me. Alright, without further ado, let's get lit, guys. If you're smoking with me and drinking with me, that's awesome. What are you guys up to, Like this video, share it. Try to go viral with one of these. Alright. So yeah. The other topics too, we're going to go over amazing dads in the animal kingdom. And at first, I was just going to focus on the two main ones, the ones everybody knows about. The seahorses and the emperor penguins. Two amazing dads of the animal kingdom. But as I was doing the Lord's work for you guys, I came across this nice article, and there was actually 9 that they found, and each one had something specific that, surprised me. So I went ahead and highlighted each one for each of the animals for you guys. Some interesting, I learned some stuff today, so I can't wait to get to that. And you guys, we have found or discovered in space the biggest comet in modern history ever. The biggest thing flying in space. It's headed our way, guys. We'll get into that as well. So Subway. This lady's awesome. A reporter for a newspaper went and did this experiment herself. She went and did the Lord's work for you too, guys, to bring you this awesome information that I tell you unprofessionally. These are all true. You guys can go look them up online. Eventually I'll get better with the YouTube half of it, and I'll put things like links in the show notes and stuff. Bear with me, guys. I just learned how to do my graphic banner, and I'm still having fun with this, but it's going to get better and better. Blazing a hash joint, smoking a... Oh, I see you, Becca. I see you. All right. So, let's get into it. The Washington Post reported in January that Subway is currently facing a class action lawsuit in California that claims its tuna sandwiches, and I'm going to quote this, are completely bereft of tuna as an ingredient. And I also learned a new word today. Guys, I forgot. Again, the past 2 episodes, I watched the first one and haven't been doing the word of the day. And I forgot on the last one and I forgot on the one before. And I don't mean to interrupt, but this word of the day, we're going to do procrastination. Wait till the last minute to do something. Word of the day. We're going to get better with that too. Okay, so completely bereft of tuna as an ingredient. They didn't find any tuna. And then the article, the lady posted tweets of people making fun of them. And I don't know if you guys remember. Alright, we're halfway. I don't know if you guys remember when Jessica Simpson and Nick Lachey's show was out. She was confused because it said tuna, but the brand's slogan is, the chicken of the sea. And so Jessica Simpson tweets, "It's okay, Subway. It is confusing." I'm like, dang, years and years she had to wait for that clapback or to climb out of that blonde bubble we put her in. Well, she put herself in, it's not about blame, guys. It's about whose fault it is. All right. And then Jimmy John's, their competitor, that makes sandwiches too, they tweet, tuna sandwiches should use grilled tuna. I'm assuming they meant like that because they had clapping hands in between each word. So, there it is. Subway has denied it by email. There is simply no truth to the allegations in the complaint that was filed in California. Subway delivers 100% cooked tuna to its restaurants, which is mixed with mayonnaise and used in freshly made sandwiches, wraps, and salads that are served to and enjoyed by our guests, says Subway. Did they say anything else, guys? Find out. So the lady, the reporter for the newspaper, I'm quoting her, "So I procured more than 60 inches of Subway tuna. I removed and froze the meat, then shipped it across the country to a commercial food testing lab. There are 15 species that can be identified as tuna. Subway claims to use skipjack and yellowfin tuna, which should be easily identifiable. After 1 month, the lab results came in. He's ready for the results. Subway's tuna? This is exciting. Like I said, I already knew about the bread. The lab result, the claim... Oh, and the man didn't want to reveal the name of his company because he didn't want to lose any possible opportunities with them, so they remained anonymous. But he was the owner of this testing lab. And I'm quoting him, "No amplifiable tuna DNA was present in the sample, and so we obtained no amplification products from DNA. Therefore, we cannot identify the species." They can't even tell what the hell it is. They find no tuna. And you would think tuna, it's the ocean. There'd be many indicators of something that lived in the ocean across the board that way. And not a trace of one of the 15 species. And he drew 2 conclusions. He says that it's either so heavily processed that the samples they got, really had no trace of DNA, or the sample they got was as simple as it's not tuna. There's no tuna in it. Subway declines to comment after that result, guys. It's not looking good. And in her report, it goes, it's a big report. I just took the deets out of it, and you guys can go check it out. She has even pictures of how she packaged this stuff and how she froze it and everything. So go check it out if you guys want. She gets really into it, though. They even talk to the people who claim to work at wherever Subway facility where they receive the boxes. They say they come in boxes and in pouches, and they shred the tuna themselves. They said so. If you want to get more into it, go ahead and look online. It was the New York Times girl. I think her name was Jennifer or something. I was gonna write it down. So guys, the results said found no trace of fish. Not one trace of, oh, man. What are they feeding us, guys? Sawdust? Yes. Holy mackerel. Don't unsubscribe, please. Don't go and like this video. Alright. So what do you guys think it is? And how cool is that she just did that by herself? She just, you know what? I'm gonna go out and I'm gonna find a company that'll do this independently, and I want to know for myself. It took a month for her to get her results, but she got her answer, and now we have an answer. See, it's nerds like us that share the good news. What do you guys think it is? You guys think it's tofu? It's crazy. Things are crazy right now. Do you guys have any stories of food truths that you would like to share? Go ahead and leave them in the comments. Alright, everybody. Ready to move on to the dads of Anamalia. This was fun. And during my fail last week, if you didn't watch, I was supposed to read a page out of this wonderful book, and I wrote down the wrong page somehow. And I've been trying to flip through it, and I just can't find that page for the life of me. So I'm still working on that one. That one will, because it was worth it. There were some funny things in that one you guys need to hear, because it matters. All right, dads of Anamalia. Blazing a joint. What's up, Vic? Cousin Israel. My one fan watching. Whoever you are, you're appreciated. Alright, dads of Anamalia, guys. There's 9. I knew about 2. So we're all going to learn something today. So at the top of the pack, number 9 is going to be the lion. Believe it or not. Very protective of threats to the pride. Although, when mom brings in a kill, he eats before the cubs. He's that dad, you know, dad bod dad. I think they said they eat 50 pounds of meat a day. Was that one? But yeah, so just a little light one about the lion. All right, guys. Number 8, the gorilla. I was surprised by this one. But the dad dines with mom before letting the kids in, like the little ones in for the food. Like they have dinner real quick before they get annoyed by the children. Aww. Freaking amazing. Finds food for all in his group or family, however you want to call them. Spend lots of time playing and settling fights. So I guess when the kids get into, angry with each other, the dad steps in and settles it, and it stays that way with them until they become teenagers. He also has to fight off other males trying to dominate the pack. What do you call a group of gorillas? Dominate what do you call them? Family? The family of gorillas. When they dominate, they come in, and once they take over, they kill the baby gorillas, and then they impregnate the female gorillas of the group with their babies and take over. So they gotta fight off against other males who want to dominate. Pretty rough stuff. Dad stuff. But amazing dad stuff. Alright, number 7. The red fox. Says it plays in roughhouses with the cubs. After about 3 months, he stops feeding them though. But not in a mean way, not like he's done. But as a way to coax them to, leave the den. But he's not so bad, I guess. He goes out, and it doesn't say what they eat, but he plants something or buries something close by that, to teach them kind of like how to practice for the hunts or kill or whatever they do. And so but he sets them up for success, which is awesome. That's awesome. Here we go. African wild dogs. Ugh, this one's kind of gross, guys. So if you're eating or drinking something, I apologize. Ugh. Apparently, the puppies have an appetite for solid food, but when they're born, of course, they don't have teeth right away. For the first 10 weeks of their life, so that's about 2.5 months, the dad, the dad will chew the food a bit for them and then regurgitate it. And the pups eat the softened version of whatever it is. A squirrel, a prairie dog. What else is out there? Maybe an ostrich. Amazing fathers. That was number 6. Number 5, the golden lion tamarin. And that, guys, is like a little monkey type critter. Primate, I think. Is that what it be? Didn't know down on that one too much. It was just like a little monkey. They're like golden. They look more red to me. The golden lion tamarin. The dad carries the babies on the back 24/7 for the first 6 to 7 weeks of their life and only hands them one at a time to mama for nursing. He even will peel fruit and smash bananas for the babies. See? These are great. Alright. Number 4, this was interesting. The greater flamingo. They remain monogamous for life. And they share gender roles equally. And they both build their nesting site where they're gonna, mate and lay the eggs. They build it out of mud together. How freaking sweet is that? I can't get Edward to play a fucking board game with me. They're over there building houses together. It is what it is, guys. Any thoughts, Queen? Should have did some candy facts. You guys think I should do themed ones? I don't know. Alright. That was the greater flamingo. Okay, so number 3, the frog and toad. This one was Mortal Kombat type. Hey, but they're different kinds of animals. They're amphibians. I know they don't think like us. It's easy to project our humanity onto other things, but your baby's got to live, and you got to help the next generation move forward. So, frogs and toads. Some frogs keep their tadpoles in their mouths, and so they are able to survive on their own. They're already shaped like sperm. And could you imagine just 24 tadpole just swimming in there for weeks? Like, oh, gross. If you had a toothache, oh my gosh. That's so fucking gross. And that's the frog. And apparently there's something called a midwife toad. And it somehow lodges the babies into its skin. It says normally behind the legs. What do they do? Like absorb them and they pop out like pimples? Ugh! The first one was worse. Could you imagine your pimple being alive? And then it pops and it just swims out of you like, Oh yeah, for those of you watching, nobody's watching right now. These are the scars of the popcorn burner. I'm working at the theater. And there's another one that has a pouch like a kangaroo. Freaking kangaroo frogs are apparently real. Alright guys, for the main 2, we're down to number 2 and number 1. And we're not talking about the restroom. Alright, number 2, the seahorse, guys. This one's amazing. The only male species in the animal kingdom to give birth. They do endure contractions. It said that. They give physical birth. The only dad in the kingdom. That includes us. That's crazy. So when they have contractions, mom deposits eggs into his pouch, and then he fertilizes and incubates the eggs for 45 days before they're born. That is freaking amazing. So it's like reversed. Like, does the mom have like a... You guys know what an ovipositor is? Maybe it's a different... That's one for a bug. Some animals have this crazy ugly body, but this is going to sound so disgusting. Kind of a scary movie. Some animals have this body part that they can stab into whatever, and it's hollow, and they push their eggs through that body part. I know for a bug, or for some of the animals, it's called an ovipositor. So I wonder if that, but seahorse is not a bug, so it has to be something like it, or does she just come and rub her lady parts around the area? Like, didn't get into that, but just crazy that that animal is the only male in the kingdom that gives birth. To me, it's a tie between number 2 and number 1, because the penguin 2 is amazing. So let's get into number 1, guys. The penguin. The male emperor penguin. Mom spends so much energy making and laying the egg that she must immediately head out to the ocean to feed for 2 months, or she's gonna die. They're not gonna make it through the Arctic winter, which is winter all the time over there, but I'm sure it's worse. Winter. I don't know what to call it. During that time, the dad takes the role of single father, keeps the egg warm by balancing the egg like on the top of his toes, you know, and then just like pretend my chin is the belly, and they got to keep it from touching the snow. So that's what they do. They keep it on their toes. I didn't know that. During that 2 months, he doesn't move and he doesn't eat at all. For 2 months, he's just keeping that egg warm. And if the chick hatches before mom returns, he feeds the chick milk that he produces with his esophagus, or out of his esophagus. Doesn't get into what that milk is made of, but the seahorse gives birth, but the penguin makes milk. So I think it's a tie between the two of them. It's because the male maybe doesn't have it so bad, but the male actually gave birth as far as the seahorse is concerned. So the male gave birth and incubates in, the eggs for 45 days. The penguin makes its own milk and doesn't move or eat for 2 months. I think it's a tie. For me, that'd be a tie. But yeah, guys, those are just the amazing dads of Anamalia. Hope you learned something. Hit that like button. If that was kind of gross. Alright, guys. Getting to the final one. I don't want to get too nerdy, so I just wrote down just some basic numbers about this comet, guys. This thing is ginormous. This is so scary. So, the largest comet ever discovered is zooming towards the sun. It's coming our way. It will make its closest approach to Earth in 2031, guys. In 10 years, we're going to see... Oh, you guys are ready for this shit? Yeah, 2031. I guess it's they called it an infrequent visitor. It visits us every 3 million years, roughly. Right now, it's passing through Jupiter's orbit and it's headed for Saturn's. And we should start being able to see it like with the naked eye in 2031 as it gets through Saturn's orbit. So it's headed to Saturn right now, in between Neptune and Saturn's orbits. Oh, the size, guys. Ready for this shit. This thing is 60 to 120 miles across, and they measure it based on how much light it's reflecting back from the sun. 60 to 120 miles across. That's the size of a town. And they didn't say what shape it was, but or shape-ish. I mean, it's a rock. But that's freaking, somebody threw Nicki Minaj's ass towards the sun from Neptune, and nobody knows how it got there. Just playing. That's ginormous. Well, maybe one of her butt cheeks. Yeah, guys. So that was it. You guys had fun. We reached the road to the video. Let's light this up and finish it and talk about, the end of the world, apparently. My God, that thing is 60 to 120 miles. That's a town. That's a road trip. You could take a road trip on that Comet. Is there a McDonald's on it? There's no McDonald's on it. Ugh. Oh, thanks, Sandra. Miss you too. Yeah, so this thing is hurling. It didn't say how fast it was going. I should have looked at that one. You guys could go and do your homework and look at that. Because that's pretty ginormous. And how vast is space that it's going to take 10 years to get here? I mean, Jesus. And how cool is it that we could get how big it is by how much light it's reflecting? What if it's really small and it's like a diamond? It's just reflecting perfect like that. I don't know, guys. This is scary. Alright, guys. We reached the roach. Don't forget to like this video. Cheers, guys. Cannabinoids and cannabinoidettes. We will see you next week on Sessions with Joss.